EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson, first play, going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 29 yards. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Here's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And Jackson throwing once more. He finds Bateman over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson now. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Jackson dancing to his left. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. From 13 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons. Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Marlon Humphrey on the defensive side making that look easy from his corner position.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be home in by the tight end Andrews. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 35 yards. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead. It's complete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Jackson. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now it's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
2nd and 10. Jackson. Well, looking deep here for Flowers. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one. To throw again is Jackson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nelson Aguilar in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Throwing to start the drive, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Well, looking deep here for Flowers. And that's caught inside the 30. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And this is going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks him, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go play action now. Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Inside handoff, Henry. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has a big priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Here comes 2nd down at 5. Here's Jackson. A little short one there, caught by Likely. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A 1st down carry for Henry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Jackson.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
This is 1st and 10. Now Jackson.
He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
One last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Out to his left. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Adafe Owe so quick, and he gets to him there behind the line.
At the 21-yard line.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Jackson. And he's got it. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers from 21 yards away. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 7 from the 20. Looking to throw. Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
To throw is Jackson. Henry's got it out on the left side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. It's caught by Aguilar. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Jackson from the shotgun. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Again, Jackson. throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn them yet another first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Throwing is Jackson.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They go play action with Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson rolling to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defense is right now.
Derrick Henry all alone inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 73 yards.
And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Well, we're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Marcus Williams getting the sack from the secondary.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's going to be knocked away